Hello, how are you doing today? Good, that's what I like to hear. I'm doing alright myself. Thanks for asking. Well, it's been a while since I made my last video, and no particular reason for that. The weather has been, let's say not the best. It hasn't rained as it usually does during the monsoons. So it has been a pretty dry... No, let me correct that. It has been a warm and humid July. And it has been a warm and humid June. But every day it seems like we would have some rain. So it hasn't been dry. It has been humid. It has been warm. And you know when it's humid, it feels a lot warmer than it is. So, not exactly the weather to feel cheerful, but it is pleasant indoors. Outside, it's another story. You step outside, and if it's in the direct sunlight, you just wish to get out of it. That's how the weather is here. I do hope where you are, the weather is better. Now, there is a particular reason why we are together and why I'm making this recording. I'm going to read to you a few words. And when I read to you the words, many of you will realize where these words come from. Catch that phrase and you'll know. So this is how it starts. Mississippi in the middle of a dry spell. Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola up high. Mama's dancing with baby on her shoulder. The sun is setting like molasses in the sky. The boy could sing, knew how to move everything. Always wanting more. He'd leave you longing for. Black velvet and that little boy's smile. Black velvet with that slow southern style. A new religion that'll bring her to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Now, did you realize where these words are from? Yes, they're from the song Black Velvet by the one and only Alannah Myles. And this song was so very famous at the time when it came out. This album that I'm considering today, and the artist I'm considering today, this is from the album named Alannah Myles from 1989. And it's a very short album. It's just under 40 minutes. And despite that, having heard this album in its entirety over the last 3 days, I am of the opinion that this album is one of the greatest rock albums by a female artist in at least the last 30 years. I listen to a lot of music, as you already know, and I would say predominantly there are male singers, male artists, but there are some female artists that I do listen to. And it's more a chance of coming across a female artist. There are some great ones. I don't have to take names. But across various genres you can find, especially in country music, you can find some great female artists. Now, Alannah Myles, I put her in the category of rock music. Or you could call it country rock music. Well, you look at the album cover and you know Alannah Myles is beautiful. You remember that video that came out with the song Black Velvet? That video for the song, which is just under 5 minutes, is like watching a beautiful movie. And not only does she have that unique, raspy voice, well suited to rock music, but her singing, her strength that comes out, and the entire composition of the instruments, the vocals, the music, the lyrics, everything is just spot on in this album. And it is to consider this album that I took the time today. I don't want to go through some kind of an analysis of every song. That is not what I want to do. This is the kind of music you want to feel, and you will feel it. I don't think there's another artist that could replace Alannah Myles for these songs. Others could try, but the way she delivers, right from the first track. Let me tell you the names of the tracks. There are 10 in all. Still Got This Thing. The album has a powerful start, and it sets it apart right from the first track. And you notice the lead guitar, you notice the percussion, you notice the bass guitar, and you obviously notice the vocals. So this is a fantastic start to the album, Alannah Myles. Second track, Love Is. Third track that puts this album on the world map, Black Velvet. That song is going to last forever. And when I was going through the lyrics, listening carefully, I got the distinct impression that this is a tribute to none other than Elvis Presley. When you listen to the song carefully, you can make out, yes, it is referring to the whole Southern culture, but it's also referring specifically to one artist, and that artist is Elvis. Track number 4, Rock This Joint. Track number 5, Lover of Mine. 6, Kickstart My Heart. 7, If You Want To. 8, Just One Kiss. 9, Who Loves You. And 10, Hurry, Make Love. So, as far as rock albums are concerned, this album is, as I said, in my view, this is one of the greatest rock albums by a female artist in the last 30 years. Or you could call it in the country rock genre. So, a little bit of backstory. I came across this song, Black Velvet, by chance, and from the very intro, this song is different. But I had never listened to the complete album since it came out. I had listened to Black Velvet I don't know how many times, and a couple of other songs by Alannah Myles. But this album in its entirety, I had never listened to it. So I took the time to listen to it, and I was so impressed. And I could understand Black Velvet is an exceptional song on this album, and it's miles ahead of any other song. But overall, the album, it brings out the personality of Alannah Myles, and it really is a treat to listen to. So this video is basically an encouragement to you to take the time to listen to this album and, let's say, give ourselves a chance to rediscover who Alannah Myles is as an artist. And I feel, sincerely, she is underappreciated. This album is underappreciated. And there would have been a time when just for the one track on it, I would have bought the album. That was the day of CDs and cassette tapes. and I would have bought the album just for that one track. But the other tracks are very good, and they deserve to be listened to. I've been listening to this album over the last 3 days. I've listened to it a few times, and I've enjoyed it every single time. Under 40 minutes, and yet this album is something worth mentioning and listening to. That is my recommendation to you. Listen to Alannah Myles by Alannah Myles. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your attention. I'll see you another time. Thanks and goodbye.